Is Asmongold right about the UK being close to a revolution? It sure seems like it, right? The UK's a dictatorship. Wait a minute. Wasn't he saying this like months ago? And now it's even seems like he was predicting the future.
The UK government, this is new. So just for a little bit of context, there was a huge petition going on because the United Kingdom government has decided that digital ID will be implemented. Did they decide this through a vote? No. Did they decide this through an election? No. Did they decide this through a consensus of the public? No.
Sure doesn't seem like it.
That doesn't matter, because progress can't be stopped. So we have right here. So basically, this is Keir Starmer, who is basically has the charisma of a wet towel and the
literally the most unpopular prime minister, I think, certainly in modern history, maybe ever.
Policies of also a wet towel. And so basically, this guy, is
unless he is basically ranting about how if you oppose government authoritarianism and overreach, you are part of the enemy, then apparently he's getting massive cheers and applause when he's using like the Hitler cadence of speech. Yeah, that one was apparently very moving to everyone in the audience. I could barely hear him over the applause, the rapturous, non-stop clapping.
Going out there trying to push digital ID. He really wants everybody to have digital fucking ID. And so did he sentence? It's not happening right now. I mean, when it happens, I'll watch it, but it's not happening. Let me know when it happens and I'll watch it. That being said, so he decided that digital ID is necessary. And let me see here, digital.
Because, I mean, look, dude, the people that are working illegally, I mean, if they're going to work here illegally, then we need to make it more difficult for them to work here illegally. We're going to do that by making the legal requirements for people who are working legally more difficult. That makes sense to me. I mean, yeah, if you make it more difficult to work legally by introducing more stuff that people have to do to get a legal job, I mean, the people that are already breaking the law and not following the ones that require them to show, a national ID or something like that, they are clearly going to be like, oh, well, I mean, now there's a new law that I would have to break. I'm already breaking the old ones. Obviously, of course, they're going to go, oh, well, I'm just not going to come here. I'm not going to be able to work anymore. I would have to be working illegally, which I'm already doing. Why would I do that? That sounds crazy.
Oh, ID. I'm just going to UK, right? I'm just going to look at UK just so you guys get the idea of what's going on. So how many people argue with me a digital ID if you're not a criminal, right? Even Palantir is saying that UK's digital ID plan is a step too far. Imagine when you go so fucking authoritarian, fucking surveillance state that even Palantir, named after the Seeing Stones in Lord of the Rings, that was used by Sauron and Saruman to spy on their enemies and conspire to enslave Middle Earth. The company that's named after them is like, jeez, guys. Wow. Isn't this a little too far? Oh man, like, isn't this, oh wow, what is this? Who is Palantir? Yeah, that's it. And so not necessarily looking too good for the UK, right? And so anyway, that's pretty much where it is. This is what political class prioritizes, want to control law-abiding citizens. Of course they do, obviously that's the goal. So and this is all, it's all being pushed in the best interest of children. And I mean, digital ID,
I mean, it's, of course, it's like, look, it's for the children. Think of the children. Please think of the children. Hey, come on. You said you don't like, migrants working illegally. So, I mean, this is for that, right? But like, they're already working. This is for migrants working illegally. Okay. If you are opposing this, you are the enemy.
It's the same as, like, if somebody cuts off your arm, you'll lose weight. And so if you're trying to lose weight, cutting off your arm will cause you to lose weight. And in the same way, digital ID will make children more safe on the internet. It will, and it will have other positive effects. There is not only negative effects of digital ID. However, the negative effects outweigh the positive effects, right? And that's really where we're talking about.
I'm actually trying to think of like what would the positive effects of digital ID be for the like normal I honestly, I'm gonna actually try to think here. What would be the positive effects? Like, okay, you can be tracked more easily. Maybe that allows you to get like services faster. Maybe. I mean, obviously, it wouldn't in reality because the speed of the government is not based on how well they can track you. It's based on how crappy and inefficient their bureaucracy is. But I guess maybe that's something. I honestly it's hard for me to think of something that would actually be improved because of digital ID. I really can't think of anything.
About, right? That's where we're at. We're not talking about nothing. Very few things in life are binary. Some of the things in life that are binary, there's actually a lot of people who think that they're not. But anyway, that's a different conversation. The point is that now the UK government has responded to the petition, because obviously a lot of people in the UK were unhappy about this because they were like, oh, well, we don't want the government that's arresting people for tweets using digital ID. I wonder why. And so anyway, the government has responded. There was a huge petition. It has, let me see if I can find it. UK petition digital ID. Let me just go ahead and see if I can find it. And where is it? Okay, so it's got 2.7 million signatures. Now, is that a big number? I would argue that this is in fact a big number. This is a big number. It's
yeah, so that would be, let's think, there's supposed to be 68, we'll call it 70 million people in the UK. Assuming that all of these people are in the UK, which I think they have to be to sign the petition, that would represent, let's see, what, 5%? 5% of the population? Am I completely incorrect there? Yeah, I think something around those numbers, which means, oh no, not 5%, 2%. So I don't know. But I don't know why my math brain is not working today. But yeah, so like let's say, I don't know, somewhere between like 2 to 5% of the population, 2 to 5% of the population going out of their way to sign a petition. That's crazy. That's a huge number. That's why 100,000 is the break even point. Is the point where it's like, okay, yeah, we actually have to consider this, because 100,000 people who are willing to sign a petition basically means that at probably 10 to like 20x amount of people don't agree with this, but don't have the time or wherewithal to deal with it. So 100,000 people who are pissed off enough to go out of their way to sign this petition means that there's an enormous groundswell of people that also do not want this, and therefore would be super unpopular, and therefore you shouldn't ignore 100,000 petitions. This is, let me think, is that 10 times 10 million, 20, 30 times roughly the break even, the break glass in case of emergency? This is a big deal. Don't ignore this. 30 times that are saying we don't want this. And they're that pissed off about it that they're willing to spend time out of their day to navigate this crappy website that I'm sure has a whole bunch of like stuff that they have to do to actually sign the petition. So, I mean, the amount of people that went to sign the petition and were like, okay, now I got to enter all this information. They're like, oh, I can't be bothered. I have to go out and do this kind of stuff. It's probably at least double. Probably double the people started to sign this petition and then were like, ah, crap, my kid's crying in the other room. I got to go deal with that. The amount of you do not want to mess with this is so crazy. But they're going to do it anyway.
Substantial. That's almost 3 million people. Now, what is the population of the UK? I actually don't know. Let me ask the internet.
I think it's 68.
Population of the UK. I think it's like probably like what, 50 million? Like that's what I'm guessing. 69.
Okay, so 70. I was actually closer to 70.
Look at that. That's the number. 69 million. Okay, so it's more than what I thought, and I guess it's probably also counting Scotland and Ireland too, right? I mean, I would be assuming that, but maybe not. Well, no, I guess UK is this counting Scotland and Ireland also? Is it or not?
Yeah,
Yes?
it's the UK.
Okay. All right, I just wanted to make sure, and you know, like honestly, I still probably would have gotten it wrong, but like, yeah, okay. All right, good. Anyway, so my point is that 3 million people out of 70 almost million people is not a huge majority, right? But it is a huge majority of people that have signed an online petition and have been activated to do that. I think that it represents a larger amount. It's a mining canary. And so anyway, the government has now responded to the petition. So obviously the petition had some effect, or they wouldn't be responding to it. So let's read what the response was. Parliament will consider this.
Yeah.
Okay. If it gets more than 100 signatures, the government has responded. We will enter.
They consider all petitions. They considered it, and they said, "Nah, we good."
All right. Well, there we go, guys. There it is. So I like
right away.
Isn't this like? I mean, can't they get sued for like false advertising?
No, they considered
all petitions that get more than 100 signatures for a debate. I mean, this really isn't a debate, though, right? I mean.
Well, I mean, they considered doing a debate, and they said, "Nah, it's not necessary. We want to do it, man. Come on."
Fuck. Like, I mean, I feel like if you go in, this is like, for example, like Donald Trump goes into the election, you know, against like, you know, Joe Biden, and Donald Trump is like, I will be the president. Everybody claps, and that's the end of it. I will be the president. All right, that's it. Yeah, I'm gonna win the election. Okay, well, they can.
Hey, look, man. No, what it actually is you vote for a thing, and we go, hey, man, look, if you get the majority of the votes, we'll totally consider making you president. You got the majority of the votes. Well, we considered it. We considered making you president, but we decided, nah, we're not going to do that. I'm going to stay president. Yeah. I mean, we considered it. That's what you were voting for. It was a consideration. It's not a guarantee. We considered it. Come on.
Considered it? Well, they said it was open for debate, but clearly it's not. Anyway, so let's take a look and see what they're saying here. We will introduce a digital ID within this parliament to help tackle illegal migration, make accessing government services easier, and enable wider efficacy.
Now, here's the thing. I will also say this. I don't know why they say illegal migration. Because obviously there's two different kinds. There's immigration, people coming into your country, and then there's emigration, EM, people moving out of your country. Is the reason they're saying migration instead of immigration because they want to tackle people leaving the UK, like illegally? They're like, no, you're staying here, buddy. You're staying here. We're going to make it super difficult for you to leave the UK. Yeah. So we're going to make sure that people who want to leave have a more difficult time. I would be unsurprised because, again, these people are actually pretty good at like making word choice to enable them more power. So I think the reason they're always saying, and I've heard this from Keir Starmer, I've heard this from everyone, migration. Always migration, not immigration, which is the thing everyone is actually concerned about. Migration. So they want to be able to crack down on people leaving, but, you know, still let everybody in.
Efficiencies. Excuse me. We will consult on details soon. So The response to the petition with 3 million signatures of all these people speaking out, angry that their government is forcing a digital ID on them, is for the government to remind them that their votes, their opinions, their voices don't matter, and it's going to happen no matter what. This is not a good day to be a United Kingdom citizen.
It has not been a good day to be a UK citizen for how many years? For real. It is like, I mean, writing's on the wall, buddy. For real, for real. It's not a good, and I mean, you know this. Your wages have been gone down. Your ability to amass wealth has gone down. And now your government is being the most like authoritarian lunatics maybe in the world, especially because like, I mean, they're exporting a lot of this. Like China is super authoritarian, but I don't see China, you know, trying to do stuff that's going to get Americans arrested for, you know, free speech, or, you know, it's taking away their ability to watch the YouTube videos that they want to watch. Certainly they're doing that, you know, for their own citizens, but for everybody else, not so much. The UK is. The UK is like, yeah, hey, Online Safety Act. Guess what, man? Now there's a restricted mode. There's a sweet, delicious, beautiful restricted mode on YouTube. Not because anybody in the US wanted it or anywhere else in the world, because the UK authoritarian bullshit government decided, yeah, we want that. We're having it.
It's definitely not. And that's kind of insane. So disrespectful to their voters. Wouldn't be the first time, would it? Yeah. And so anyway, that's where we're at. The actual rulers and owners want it. Oh, of course they do. Yeah. And I think the population will accept it. I do think so. And I know people don't want to hear this, but I think the population will accept digital ID. And
obviously, look, there's a point at which people go, yeah, nope, we're done. And it doesn't have to be something big. It can be something super minor. But if you just keep pushing, and they're pushing, they keep pushing, they're going to find that line in the sand eventually because they keep pushing. Will it be this? Will it be this digital ID stuff? I don't know. Absolutely a definite possibility that the UK does just continue to be, you know, completely cucked out over this stuff and will not get into anybody's face over it. We'll just go, yeah, you know, nothing we could do about it. Keep going. All right. Yeah, but the other side of it is, you know, eventually, nope, you went too far. And now there's going to be, you know, people pulled out of Downing Street and not good things will happen to them. I hope they can resolve this, you know, peacefully. I hope they can resolve it in a democratic fashion. But this kind of stuff is pushing people to go, I don't even know if that's a consideration anymore. I don't even know if we could do that anymore. You've got so much power. You're in our lives and up our asses so hard and so far, we can't really consider that you're going to allow us to do anything for real. Like, why would you allow us the ability to vote you out of power when you're doing this stuff? Digital ID. Nobody wanted it. So why would I imagine that my vote would count if you don't want it? Nobody, you know, everyone wants you out. Okay, well, we considered it. And you know what? We decided we're going to stick around.
It will, and if you think they won't now, just think about COVID. Think about how many civil liberties and freedoms and rights that everybody just willingly and, you know, they were begging to give up their rights during COVID. They wanted their rights to be taken away during COVID. So all you need is an unpleasant situation, and you're going to have all of this stuff be receded in a matter of days. So that's it. They accept it because they don't understand it. Yeah, Twitch doesn't show that you're live. I don't know. I mean, like, Twitch is fucked. It's been fucked for a month now. I don't know why it has so many problems. What's funny to me about this, I just opened up my Kick fucking dashboard here, is that Kick has never had problems. I've streamed on Kick now for 3 or 4 months or something like that. It's been something like that. I guess 3 months. It's been 4 months total, but I was gone for a month. There has never been any problems. You guys on Kick have always been like there every time. Nobody's been saying, oh, I didn't get a notification. How the fuck how are they doing this wrong, man? I don't know what it is. To read Kick chat, I tried to. I click back and forth sometimes. It's against the TOS for me to show Kick chat on my Twitch stream, which is so stupid. It's so weird. Well, it's
very
not
strange.
Weird. It's just so Twitch can maintain another hegemony over live streaming, right? That's the reason why they're doing it. But that being said, it's very annoying that it's the case because you have conservative views. So I don't know about that. I wouldn't really go that far.
Okay.
But anyway, so yeah, why other streamers can't say Kick and you can ads? Well, I don't know about other streamers can't say.
Okay, so I don't know if he's going to go into any more of this UK stuff. What I will say is the last thing that he mentioned, Asmongold says, look, the UK is going to accept this. The UK has had to accept a lot. The Online Safety Act, people are not happy about it. People are getting pissed off about it. People are getting arrested for tweets. Now you're getting the digital ID stuff. Could it be that this will be the straw that breaks the camel's back? I don't know. I'm not sure. I think as long as there is some degree of a possibility that they can vote their way out of this, they will probably try to fight it. They'll probably try to delay or fight digital ID, but they might fail and they might go, okay, well, we lost that battle. We'll just concentrate on getting reform in and we'll be able to vote our way out. If they're put into a situation where they can't vote their way out, like, hey, Nigel Farage is on track to win the election, which is currently the case. If there is some sort of like Donald Trump level lawfare where they go, okay, we're going to indict him for some this and that, and therefore he can't be up for a prime minister election. He can't head the party, blah, 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 blah. Something like that. I do think there is a line in the sand. There is some point at which the UK citizenry goes, nope, we're done. Enough is enough. Asman has said it, and I'll say it too. They are on track for a revolution, civil war, however you want to describe it. They are absolutely pushing all the buttons that would enable it. And they are absolutely raising the temperature. They are putting things in the pressure cooker. They're turning the heat up. And they are saying, please, please don't notice that we're trying to blow this place up. Please don't. I don't think everyone is going to have blinders on to the fact that their lives are being destroyed. And unless they do something, it's going to continue to go downhill for them. Now, maybe that's going to be the Gary Stevenson, we need a wealth tax. We're going to have a crazy left-wing progressive government that's going to introduce, insane, communist, full communism, projects and things. We're going to have a wealth tax. We're going to be nationalizing a whole bunch of industries. We're going to be, abolishing private industry altogether. We're going to, blah, 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 blah. We're going to do something like that. Or it's going to be, hey, we've got a Nigel Farage. We're, completely taking over all kinds of stuff. We're going to be mass deporting all these types of people. We're going to be doing, all kinds of stuff like that reform wants to do. We're going to have a huge restructuring of the economy. We're going to be, destroying the NHS. All of those things are potentially going to happen. And I wouldn't have said that 5 years ago. I wouldn't have said that 5 years ago about the UK. I would have said, all right, they're going to probably, have an election like we did in the US. They're going to have a Trump and he's going to make some changes, but things are going to stay relatively the same. The UK is pushing hard for that big reset, not a soft, software. No. A hard reset, yank the power cord out, shove it back in, and, maybe you cooked your hard drive because you didn't power down correctly. That's kind of where the UK is going. Doesn't look good. I'm glad I don't live in the UK. Let me put it that way. If you do live in the UK, good luck to you in all your endeavors. It seems like you're going to need it. Thank you very much for your time and attention, and I'll say farewell for now.